Good evening, I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. 2 tourists are shot on St. Thomas, an unfortunate drowning of a tourist in Antigua, and Bogle's entertainment report. Those stories and more are up for you next on News Channel 8. Top story tonight, 2 tourists were shot in the Hovensa area of St. Thomas. Details are still sketchy, but News Channel 8's Wes Small has more on the story, and he talks to Senator Samuel Sanis about upcoming legislation on crime in the territory.
Thank you very much, Stacey. The news is not good coming out of St. Thomas, and again, as we probably make international news, we have some tourists that were injured in gunfire. Details are still sketchy. I'm here with Senator Sammy Sanis, who is he's chairman of Homeland Security Commission here with the legislators, and he has some information with us just off the phone with Chief Hal. I've been talking to Melody and the chief today. Here's what we know. Early this morning in pre-dawn hours at the Havensight Hill area, we have at least 2 tourists who were in their vehicle going up Havensight Hill area that were accosted by another car, weapons fired from that car. Now we have 2 tourists injured. We know now, probably not from a cruise ship, because, you know, cruise ships don't disembark until later on in the morning. They don't stay overnight. So, but we do know that there are tourists. Details are sketchy. Hopefully, these injuries are not life-threatening. Information coming out of Roy Schneider Hospital is coming in drips and drabs. Now, Senator, you are working on an anti-gang initiative. And perhaps you could shed some light on this. You know, in the crew, we ride around and we see the colors: red shirts, blue shirts, black shirts out there. We are aware that there are gang activity out there. You think these tourists were targeted? What's going on?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not positive, 100% positive that this was gang related. However, I'm glad you brought it up because it is something very important. As you know, 5 times I've already tried to push this through the legislature, and 5 times that for one reason or the other, it has been denied. I am going to continue trying, but just to give you an update on that, I did speak to somebody from the Schneider Hospital, and the 2 individuals are still in the hospital, but it's not life-threatening like you mentioned. Thank God.
Very much.
Thank God for that.
Good to know that.
And whether it was tourists, whether it was local, it's still a senseless incident. And like you mentioned earlier, I spoke to Chief Howell. He updated the governor early this morning as soon as he got the news, and he informed me that they're on top of it. I believe Melody Rames will soon be issuing a release on that. Right. But the fact of the matter is this, and you know it and I know it, it involves more than just the police department. It involves the entire community when it comes to battling this domestic terrorism is what I call it. We have to do our part. Everybody has to do their part. When it comes to the gang activities, it is our responsibility to push legislation. I will continue pushing it until somehow, someday, it's going to get passed.
Mandatory 5-year sentence for unlicensed firearm, unregistered firearm. Didn't the legislatures try to pass that? Isn't that in the books? If you get caught with a weapon, and it's not legal, it's a legal weapon, mandatory, don't you think that could help the territory's crime go down?
It would help. It would really help. But like I said before, no matter how many laws that we pass, we have to get the community involved. We have to get the churches involved. They are a large segment of our community. I believe you even mentioned that before, Glenn, several times. So everybody has to do their part. We have to do their part.
All right. Well, when can we help support the next anti-gang initiative? We understand that you even had a session today. It was canceled today?
Yeah, unfortunately, I had a committee hearing today, and due to lack of quorum, I had to cancel it. I hate to waste anybody's time, and there were testifiers that came over from St. Thomas. And once again, I had to cancel it.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
It is frustrating, but let me just say this for the record. I'm not going to stop. I have some initiatives that are coming up. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to bring back the anti-gang legislation, and it's not going to stop.
Please, until then, if you see something, know something, say something by calling 1-800-222-TIPS or 911 or the Criminal Investigation Unit. You should know these numbers all too well now. and please try to do something about this crime. Have a good weekend with Senator Sammy Sanis. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
In other news, details are still sketchy about this story, but the BIPD are looking for a suspect in Glen where drugs and weapons were found early this morning. We'll keep you updated on this as soon as we get more information. Now here's the final chapter in our Hovensa series on an update on what's going to happen. Here's COO Brian Lever.
Now there's also been a lot of talk about is St. Croix going to have gasoline available going forward? And I want to put your minds at rest. Yes. Assuming we get the concession agreement with the government sorted out. But it is our intent to continue to operate the loading rack and to make fuel available to people that wish to buy it on St. Croix. Now that fuel won't be owned by Hovensa. It will be other companies that bring that fuel into our tanks. We will charge them for storing the oil there, the gasoline or the diesel. And then we will charge them a fee as those barrels or those gallons go through our rack into the trucks that deliver it to the filling stations. So that's another way that we generate revenue for Hovensa. And it's our intent to make all the products that are available today. You know, we're encouraging customers to store those products at Hovensa so they'll be available to the public going forward.
On a lighter note, Charisma Caribbean Goddess Rojas, the winner of the I'm Every Woman pageant, received a very special gift recently.
I'm here to congratulate my queen, I'm Every Woman, for winning the car. And I wish her the best, and I want her to drive it in safe. It's fully insured. And she's here with her mom, my member, my right hand, Beatrice.
Here you go, Charisma. I would like to thank Miss Lola Christian for giving me the opportunity to run it for her show. It was a great adventure. I had fun. I would also like to thank Most High God first and foremost, because without him, none of this will be possible. I would like to thank my mom, my right hand. I mean, she was there with me through thick and thin. This could not be possible without her. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my sponsors, because without them, I don't know how far would I get in this show. I really enjoyed myself, and I'm just overwhelmed.
And we'd like to thank Earl Morris for providing us with that footage. Coming up, Antigua is dealing with the unfortunate drowning of a tourist. That's up next in your Caribbean Report. Now here's your Caribbean Report. From Antigua, a 61-year-old tourist died Thursday while snorkeling off Devil's Bridge. Graham Peel was with his wife and about a dozen people just after noon. The UK citizen arrived in Antigua on May 17th and planned to leave on Sunday, May 27th. The police suspect a heart attack but can't confirm until an autopsy is performed. All of us here at News Channel 8 mourn with him and his family. From the Caribbean region, the World Bank Board of Directors approved a $25 million financial package to support the first phase of the Caribbean Regional Communications Infrastructure Program. This 10-year program will provide 27 million people with access to better and affordable broadband services. The first phase focuses on Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines, with other Caribbean countries joining at a later stage. The Caribbean will soon have more options for satisfying its sweet tooth. Under an agreement with W&T George & Company Limited, Pennsylvania-based Brewster's Real Ice Cream chain opened its first international store in Guyana last week. W&T George has master franchising rights for Brewster's expansion in the region and plans to open 14 stores across Jamaica, Barbados, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. Starwood Hotels and Resorts has introduced a policy to the market for Caribbean travel in 2012, protecting travelers affected by tropical storms, and experts do predict from June 1st a slower hurricane season than previous years. From the Cayman Islands, a list of financial mismanagement allegations against former CONCACAF leader members, Trinidad's Jack Warner and Chuck Blazer, was outlined to 40 football nations earlier this week, just minutes after they elected Cayman Islander Jeffrey Webb as their new president. Webb, a banker, was the only candidate to succeed the disgraced Warner, a former FIFA vice president. From the Dominican Republic, the U.S. has slammed the Dominican Republic authorities on alleged human rights abuses just hours after Amnesty International launched a similar condemnation. Washington noted that unfortunately violence and discrimination against women still persists, with domestic abuse, sexual assaults, as well as serious discrimination against Haitian immigrants. From Guyana, Guyana is looking forward to stronger ties with Japan, specifically with the new Japanese ambassador, Yoshimasa Tezuka. President Donald Ramotar expressed the government's appreciation for Japanese support, in particular with Guyana's efforts at adaptation and mitigation in the fight against climate change. From Nevis, police on Nevis say that although they've made no headway in the disappearance of 17-year-old Dylan Clark of Church Ground, the case will not be closed, and they will continue to work on it indefinitely. From St. Lucia, the International Alliance for Youth Sports has officially selected Delroy Alexander of St. Lucia as an international youth sports ambassador. Alexander joins a growing worldwide consortium of dedicated individuals who are advocates of the power of sports in making a difference for children. From Trinidad, murders and road deaths continue to escalate in Trinidad and Tobago, as in one recent serious incident. 4 occupants of a car died instantly when the car they were traveling in crossed the median and crashed head-on with a vehicle in which the country's acting Chief Justice Wendell Kangaloo was one of 3 occupants. Justice Kangaloo is still listed in serious condition, suffering with head injuries. Police have also reported a total of 156 murders so far this year. Good news, though, Shaquille Roberts from Trinidad will get the privilege to carry the 2012 Olympic torch on June 28th. Reportedly, the 18-year-old long-distance runner will be the first from the Caribbean region to carry the torch in this Olympic game. And in your cricket update, it's the opening day of the second test against England, and the West Indies won the toss and chose to bat. Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full stories and details in the Caribbean Report, including up-to-date scores and information on this weekend's Leeward Islands Cricket Masters Tournament. Also starting this Sunday, be sure to catch a new program on News Channel 8 with Sarah Burke, a one-on-one on mental health. Times and details to follow. Now remember our territorial spelling guru, Yad Bass. News Channel 8's Wes Small caught up with him recently to see what his next big event is.
Thank you very much, Stacy. The students and the staff here at Ricardo Richards are very proud of this young man as he goes to Washington, D.C., I guess, for the Scripps spelling contest there. They've got some cupcakes that says good luck and spelling bee cupcakes. They're very proud of you. I know your parents are proud of you, Yad. And I think, looking at my email, I think it's the 28th and the 29th up there. When do you leave?
The 27th on Sunday.
On Sunday. So how does this make you feel, all your classmates doing this for you?
I feel excited and happy that they really are excited for me and happy for me.
Yeah. All right. And have you been studying a lot there? What's going on with your study habits since you're going against the rest of the country?
I am studying from the dictionary and the website that they gave me to study from.
Very good. So you feel confident?
Yes, I do.
All right. Who's going to be accompanying you up there? Who's going to be chaperoning you?
My mother, my sister, my coach, Miss Bess, and another person from the education.
Congratulations to you. I talked to Insular Superintendent Gary Malloy today, and he's trapped at Miami International Airport because of some screwy weather up there, but he wanted me to tell you as well as Ms. Pancham, everyone from the Department of Education, and especially the family and staff at Channel 8 News, and from the governor and all the senators, we wish you the best of luck, all right? And we are very proud not only of you, but of all your classmates and the principal here at Ricardo Richards, your mom and dad, you know, your whole family, for giving you the opportunity to represent the United States Virgin Islands, and I know you'll do it well. Can we give Yad another round of applause for what is accomplished?
Let's go. Curious. Curious. C-U-R-I-O-U-S. Your classmates are having a hard time keeping up. Let's go. He's been super spelling. So we're going to get the pens up. And I'm going to give the last word of this round. Eavesdrop. Eavesdrop. E-A-V-E-S-D-R-O-P. 25. Anybody? That is a super fast one. Let's give him a round of applause.
Principal Williams, before we wrap this up, this is a lovely thing here, and you got all the cupcakes and the snacks and the juices. Everyone's real happy, and these hard economic times, I want to remind you, this is a public school, a very good one. And how does what Yad's done and his accomplishments make you feel?
Well, all our students make us proud, but we're especially proud of Yad. He's going to have to represent the Virgin Islands, and we're very proud of that fact. We know he's going to do a great job. He's so cool. That's the thing that, is really nice about him. He's very humble about being the one representing the Virgin Islands at the National Spelling Bee. Best of luck. We know you're going to represent us well, and we're very proud of you here at Ricardo Richards.
Water Zooey! I never forget what y'all did to me. And you said, when you looked it up, and Water Zooey is?
A beef stew.
A beef stew.
Yes.
Maybe that's what you'll be eating in D.C. Who knows? You got all your hotel and restaurant reservations ready?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you see Obama, tell him we said hey.
Okay.
At Ricardo Richards, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And Yad, we wish you the very best of luck. Coming up, it's your entertainment report.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
Now here's Bogle with your entertainment report.
Thank you very much, Stacey. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Entertainment Report. And definitely you're looking some place to go tonight, Friday night. Of course, Frontline Nightclub is a place to be over there in Estate Calcahoon. Go and get music from some of the best DJs here on the island of St. Croix. And also you have your chance to win some cash money. Then down and right down there in Golden Grove Corner. That's right, by going by public safety at the Classic Corner. You can have, of course, the pool tournament. As far as tonight is Friday night, you can win different cash prizes and all those kind of stuff. So you got to check it out. And then, of course, on Saturday, it's all about the karaoke. That is also going to be good, so you will definitely enjoy yourself there at the Classic Corner. That's the place to be over there by the Public Safety Corner. And then we're going to tell you about Saturday also, back at the Frontline Nightclub. Chicketing presents to you a big country and western dance for the Memorial Day weekend. Music will be put on by DJ Young Brothers. You got to go on out and check this one out. And then also Saturday night at the Penthouse Rooftop. It's going to be the edition of Club 103. Club 103. All your DJs from 103.5 is going to be there playing all your top music. So you definitely want to go and check this one out there at the Penthouse Rooftop. It's going to be off the chain. And then, of course, on Monday, you're looking some place to go. You can go to the beach, Dorsch Beach, as DJ Young Brothers along with Chicketing and all those guys gonna be down there playing dominoes, country and western, all types of music, drinks and food. You gotta check it out. And also Sunday night at the Frontline Nightclub is a big country and western dance, so you gotta check that one out. So there are your events that's taking place here on the big island of St. Croix. Now, on another note, on Monday, the 21st of May, I got a phone call. And the phone call was not a good phone call. A good friend of mine, a son, a husband, a family man, an entertainer, a humanitarian, a community activist and helper, a very good entertainer, I must say, Masood Siddiqui, known to me in school as Kevin Donovan, or lately he attained the name Stitch in Time, sadly departed from this world at a very young age. Masood has been performing from since the high school days when me and him touched the stage in Bass Senior High School, and he never stopped. He changed his name from Kevin Donovan to Masood Siddiqui as he conquered the world musically, traveling to places like the Philippines, Panama, and it shortly was supposed to be traveling to Africa as he started the fight against violence against women with the United Nations and UNESCO and the different organizations of the United Nations. Masood Siddiqui lost his life by suicide. The question asked around the world is why? What happened? From the Prime Minister of St. Kitts, the Deputy Prime Minister of St. Kitts, to different leaders around the world, his loss has been felt. as Masood would said, he doesn't want to be seen as a flashy entertainer, but as someone who uses music to connect his people. And when that happens, he will be smiling in his grave. But my brother, you connected a lot of people, and may your soul rest in peace. And I hope you are smiling in your grave, because not only me gonna miss you, the entire world and the entire community is gonna miss you for the great works that you have done. Till we meet again, my brother. Kevin Donovan, Masood Siddiqui, October 7, 1974, May 21st, 2012.
From the outside looking in, her life it seems so fine, but if you ever get a glimpse of all the chaos in her mind, you will run 10,000 miles from all the pain she smiles to hide. As she takes that bumpy ride, somebody send a stitch in time. Panamanam, ay, ay.